Thank you so much for watching, and here we are back with part 2 of Mrs. Rose Soita's career, life, and teaching history and her teaching journey. This second part, we're going to just have a feel of how her teaching experience was, and also her impact on the teaching journey, on the teaching history and teaching experience and everything. Doing education, drastically going like 40 years down the line up to now. What would you say has changed in the education journey or in the education life?
So many things have changed.
Mm-hmm.
And as I so back about my experience and the impact I have had,
Mm-hmm.
to me, I feel that I have a number of students who have gone through my hands all over in this country.
Wow.
I always meet somebody and they remind me. I'm even proud of one renowned senior journalist, Alex Jamwada. That was my student.
Where?
At St. Peter's Mumias Boys.
Wow.
Louis Otieno
Uh-huh.
was my student at St.
Wow.
Peter's Mumias. And many others. You know, I can name all these.
Yeah.
The current county attorney of Bungoma County, Oringe, was my student at 19 Boys.
Wow.
You know, I've so many people, that is it, students.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that I may not remember them, but I have quite a number across the board. The education system has changed in such a way that I'm seeing the kind of, the way the education system is changing. It is like during our times and during my time as a teacher, I would call it was, I'll say, more academic. What do I mean by that? Students, you had to teach the students to get the facts and even to show them the way to move then beyond what you have taught them. That is what it is. And a student, what they learned, they were able to apply in life. But as education is going on, it is like now it is turning to what we call rote learning. You know, they just memorize. They are learning not for life, but for passing exams. That's how I'm seeing the education currently, just for exams. And that's why you see students struggling to memorize, students going in for drugs. You see that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And students trying to use unfair means to pass exams.
Yeah.
And then as they proceed to the next level, it becomes difficult. And so you get a lot of dropouts. And that is how you see that these children, because they didn't qualify to go to that level, they didn't qualify properly or using the proper means, then you find them engaging in very destructive actions to keep them busy. And that's why you have seen that nowadays a child can be at the university for 4 years and during graduation the parents go and there's nothing. That is what is happening. That is what is happening.
Interesting. So during your time as a teacher, what values did you instill in your students? Yeah.
Now, that during our times, respect and submitting to authority, that is what is lacking now. Students nowadays, they are the bosses. They say what, you know, somebody brought in something called children's rights. So it is what they want. It is like a freelance kind of society. So it becomes very difficult for you, even as a teacher, to be able to take through this kind of child, through education. A child who believes that he or she knows their rights, who know what they want and what they don't want, and they'll tell you off. That is what the biggest challenge is.
Oh, okay. And what do you miss most about teaching?
What I miss most about teaching, that going to the classroom.
Really?
Yes, to teach, because even as a principal, I always taught the examination class because I wanted to lead always by example. That is it, and that is I learned that. And then also, what I miss most is those small outings you could have with your teachers, you could have with your best students, or as a principal, those meetings you would go, like what we are calling the heads conferences. You know, when you meet with your other colleagues.
Yeah.
And of course, not forgetting what they call, what used to bring us together. That staff room tea, that staff room lunch. You see, it will be so, yeah, somebody would think it is not, but it would bring us so much together as a family, and you'd enjoy that. When somebody is not there, you'll always find out in this corner, where is so and so, it's time for tea, it's time for lunch, that kind of.
Wow. Great. Okay, and now that you got to retire, this is your first year in retirement.
Yes.
Yes. So, how has it been? We are now in July. You've been out of the office for 6 months now. How has it been for you?
Yeah, for me, I think I'm okay. Personally, I feel I have served enough this country.
Yeah.
Because it's like I served teaching, and it's like I was added a bonus.
Yeah.
So I feel so satisfied that I've served, and I now want just to sit back and watch events and happenings unfold in the country, in the schools, and where possible or where needed, just to give advice. And to seriously, mainly concentrate on church activities and community work. That is what I do.
That is nice. And what advice will you give to young teachers, to the young teachers currently?
Now, the challenge with the young teachers, they went through, a number of them went through assisting as education was transforming to this era of freedom. So the young teachers also are a challenge themselves, because I experienced this partly when I was still a principal. My life was as a principal, because these young teachers also need a lot of guidance, and they need a lot of close watch. They need a lot of support. They need somebody who can understand, who can help them out, or else they can go out of the way. So I will just encourage them that do your work in the best way possible. Like you will never do it again. You are doing it for the very last time. Just have self-discipline. Na kiasi katika maisha. Don't overdo. That's all I can say. Have limits in what you do. Because you see, a teacher has stayed in the nightclub the whole night. And from the nightclub, you are going to the classroom. What image to the children? You see that? And then now the children will see that it's okay to be drunk. And then they just also pick it up. Or it's okay to be clumsy, not to be smart. You see that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. And what will be your message to your former students?
To my former students, I value you so much. I wish you so well. I'm in touch with most of you. I was even surprised in April that my former students from Friends Kunaitiri visited me. And they brought me a whole dairy cow. They brought me a lot of presents. It was a very wonderful moment. Wow. So let them know, all my former students across the board, right from Nyangori Boys, Moikas Kamsinga, Oletipis girls, St. Peter's Mumias, St. Patrick's Naitiri boys, Friends School Naitiri girls. They are at my heart.
Wow.
I wish them well.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Okay. So thank you so much for that interesting diving journey with Mrs. Rose Soita, who has gotten to tell us about her teaching experience and career path journey. And our take home for today is
Respect and obey the authority and have limits in your life.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so our take home for today is have respect, have limits in life, live within your means, live a life that you can actually finance. Yes, from our former teacher. So we've gotten that message. And so thank you so much for watching. We appreciate, and don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and comment. Drop down a comment. What's your view? What's your take on this show, on this episode? And we'll get to interact more on the comment section, and even get more ideas from you as our viewers. And also don't forget to share this with your friends. Let them get to watch and get to also have an experience of what we've got to hear. So thank you so much for watching. Have a good evening, afternoon, whatever time you're watching this. Bye bye.